Welcome back to season 30 of 7-Eleven Junior Hockey Magazine. I'm your host, Gino Reda. Well, Devon Levi was one of the breakout stars of the World Junior, a 6-1 record, 964 save percentage, 3 shutouts, tying the all-time tournament record. We're pleased to be joined by the Florida Panthers prospect now. Devon, welcome to the show. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. The tournament was probably the best time of my life, so I'm coming off a high right now, and it was a great experience.
You went from not really sure who this guy is to most Canadian hockey fans to this guy was spectacular at the World Junior where you won goaltender of the tournament. What was that transition like for you personally to go through something like that?
I mean, for me, it wasn't really a transition. I was just playing hockey, playing the game that I loved, and I mean, I'm not playing for to get my name known or for the fame. I'm just playing for my teammates, playing for my family, playing for myself, um, and everyone who's helped me along the way. So for me, nothing has really changed. But it's definitely nice to feel like all the hard work has been rewarded for sure.
Now, I know obviously you didn't see it because you were playing the game, but we kept cutting away to shots of your family reacting to what was going on at various points in the tournament. Did they record that? Did they end up showing you what those reactions and responses were like, or did you hear from your friends?
Yeah, they did show me, and it was pretty cool to see it. It meant a lot that I was able to give them a good few weeks, and I know they would have loved to have been there, and it was a tough time for them not being able to come for sure, but I'm glad that they were able to be a part of it one way or another.
What kind of DMs or texts or messages did you get from people since the World Junior, since you got back down to real life?
Honestly, I'm still trying to go through everything. There's been a lot for sure, and I mean, a lot of people have reached out, and every single DM and text message means a lot for sure.
You're back at Northeastern now, back at school. Have you guys resumed play? What's the plan there? I'm assuming you're in your dorm room for those who are watching on tsn.ca right now. What's life look like for you right now?
Yeah, so we're not playing right now. We have a little COVID situation where we're trying to get cleared and make sure no one's testing positive. So we're still waiting for that. So I'm in quarantine right now actually again.
Wow, it's like you didn't get enough of that. Something else I want to ask you about, and no one ever talks about injuries or like people are always playing with, a part of their body is sore or whatever. It's just a part of the natural part of the game. But then you find out afterwards, after the cup final, or in your case, after the gold medal game, the guys were playing with some ailments. You had a bit of an upper body injury going. What was happening? And when did that happen? And how much did that affect your play?
Yeah, so I was recently diagnosed with a fractured rib, so I'm gonna be out for 6 weeks.
Excuse me, wait, let me
Um,
stop you here. A fractured rib. Did you have the fractured rib while you were playing at the World Junior?
Yeah, it happened. It happened against Germany. It was on the Stutzla save. The 2-on-1 backdoor pass when he cut across.
Yeah.
And I torqued my body weirdly to get back across and shift my momentum for that save. So I didn't think it was anything big at the time. I was just taking some Advil and ton on a leave before games to get rid of the pain, but um, obviously I wasn't gonna stop playing. It's a dream to be there, so I was willing to push through it, and I got to take some time off now.
I'm in pain just thinking about that because I've broken ribs before and I can't even cough. And the thought of you sprawling out making saves, like, what was that like? What was it like? Were you able to push that pain aside while you were playing? I can't imagine playing with a broken rib in net.
Yeah, honestly, there was so much adrenaline, and I was doing it for the country, for every Canadian, for my teammates, for myself. So I wasn't ready to back down just yet.
Wow. Well, good on you for being able to accomplish that. And certainly noticed by Canadian hockey fans. And right now, in your particular case, noticed by the team that drafted you, the Florida Panthers. We know the story. The Panthers took you the seventh round. They took Spencer Knight, the guy you faced for Team USA in the opening round. How much contact have you had with the Florida Panthers organization about what they see as a timeline? Or have they spoken to you about that stuff at all?
So as of right now, I'm mainly talking with the goaltending team and just a bit about the tournament. I've been talking with Luongo, Roberto Luongo, throughout the tournament, and Leo Luongo has also been texting me. So I've been talking to them, been talking with some of the player development guys, but nothing yet on the timeline. I'm just focused on my college debut. I still haven't gotten to start that yet, and
Yeah.
it's still a bit delayed, but I trust that Florida is taking care of the timeline part.
People listening to this interview right now, they're going, okay, he just casually mentioned the fact that he's talking and texting with Roberto Luongo. What was that like, the first conversation you had with him? And what does that become like for you when you accept that in your mind and you're like, wow, this is the next part of my life, talking to people like this on a regular basis?
Yeah, honestly, it was unreal. The first time he called was right after the draft, and I actually missed this call. The first
You're screening Roberto Luongo?
That's what it looked like, and I didn't have his number, and my phone actually died at the end of the draft. I was sitting in front of my TV for 8 hours on my phone, so it ended up dying, and I charged it back, and I gave him a call back, not knowing who it was. It was Luongo, so that was pretty cool, and it was really cool to get a call from him, and he just congratulated me after the draft, and I was super honored, honestly, to be able to start working with such a well-known goalie and a Hockey Hall of Famer, and he's done so many good things across his career, and I'm excited to learn from him.
It would have been really awkward if you thought it was just some telemarketing call and you blocked it. And Luongo had to explain that to the Panthers organization. I can't get a hold of the kid. The kid blocked me. Listen, you had your roots through the Central Canadian Hockey League last season. That's where you first made your mark, and that's where you first rose to prominence. A lot of kids listening and watching on tsn.ca across the country right now are trying to figure out what route they want to take, whether it's major, junior, junior A, through the college route, and now you're in the college route. What message would you send them about being patient and working with what works best for you?
Yeah, I don't think chasing the high level or the highest level best shots is always necessary or the best possible route for yourself. For me, I took my time and I focused on my development rather than trying to chase it. I just wherever I was playing, I just made sure I was being the best version of myself that I could be, and that goes a long way. So it doesn't it doesn't. I mean, it depends on the person, but I feel like anyone could make any path work as long as you're just focusing on getting better every day. Um, and you can't really try to force anything and try to force where you want to go, or things will just happen for you and you'll end up in the right spot at the right time if you just trust the process and trust that you're doing everything you can to get better. And then looking back, the dots will eventually line up, and the dots were connected in my case. And you can't really look into the future to connect the dots. You can only see that looking back. So that's sort of how it works. It's a process, and you just got to trust it at sometimes.
Well said. With that, I'll give you the last word. Devon, congratulations on the silver medal. Good luck to you at school, and I'm sure we'll see you again down the road.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was Florida Panthers prospect Devon Levi, who helped our nation win silver medal at the World Junior Hockey Championship in the Edmonton bubble.